Welcome. In this video, we are going to explore Welch's t-test. This is a crucial statistical tool used when comparing the means of two groups where we cannot assume that their variances are equal. If you work with real-world data, this is often the version of the t-test you should be using. Let's start with the standard student's t-test. Traditionally, this test makes a very strong assumption called homogeneity of variance. It assumes that both groups you are comparing have roughly the same spread or dispersion of data points. In ideal textbook scenarios, the bell curves for both groups look very similar in width. To visualize this, look at the difference here. On the left, we have equal variance. Both groups have the same shape. On the right, we have unequal variance. The blue group is very tight and consistent, while the red group is spread out wide. In the real world, data often looks like the right side. What happens if you ignore this difference? If you use a standard t-test on data with unequal variances, especially when your sample sizes are different, you run into serious problems. You significantly increase the risk of a type 1 error, meaning you might declare a result significant when it is actually just a statistical fluke. This is where Welch's t-test comes in. It is specifically adapted to handle unequal variances and unequal sample sizes. It does not assume the groups have the same spread. Because of this, it is considered a much more robust and safer default choice for almost all comparisons of means. Here is the formula for the t-statistic in Welch's test. Notice the denominator. Instead of using a pooled variance like the standard test, it treats the variance and sample size of each group separately. We take the variance of group 1 divided by its size, plus the variance of group 2 divided by its size, and then take the square root. The most distinctive feature of Welch's test is how it calculates degrees of freedom. In a standard test, you just add the sample sizes and subtract 2. But Welch uses the Welch-Satterthwaite equation. This results in a degrees of freedom value that is often a decimal number, like 23.45, which accurately reflects the reliability of your variance estimates. So, when should you use it? Definitely use it if you suspect variances are unequal or if a Levene's test shows they are different. However, many modern statisticians argue you should just use it by default. If the variances happen to be equal, Welch's test gives nearly the same answer as the standard test anyway, so you lose nothing by being safe. Interpreting the output is straightforward. You will see a t-statistic, a decimal value for degrees of freedom, and a p-value. Just like other tests, if your p-value is less than 0.05, you have a statistically significant difference between the means of your two groups. To summarize, the standard t-test assumes equal variances. Welch's t-test does not. Because it requires fewer assumptions and is more robust against type 1 errors, Welch's t-test is widely recommended as the best practice standard for comparing two means.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.